Hi, I'm Johan from Noodle. Today I'm going to do another small customization to my ToDo app. So let's head into my ToDo app here. And I've been thinking that I really like the changes that we've made so far. I like the colors and things that we've added. So another thing that I would like to add is a background here. And I'm going to be using another API to fetch that background. I'm going to use unsplash.com. They have a way to get a random photo. So that's what we're going to be using. And if you want to use this, you do need to sign up for this. It's free. And you do need to get an API key. And I'll show you how to get this set up using a REST node with Noodle. So let's first actually find this part here where I want to add the image. So it's inside here somewhere. Let's see where it takes me. So that's the start screen. Yeah. And it's actually, yes, right here in the header. That's where I want to, sorry, in the page is where I actually want to add this, or here in the start screen. Or even better, actually, if we go to the main, I could just put it here underneath this static page here. So let's create an image node. And let's just put it here in the background. And right now we don't see anything because we don't actually have anything to put in there. I don't think we have any images in this project. Nope. So let's get started on our REST node so that we can get some nice images in here and see what it looks like. So I'm going to give this a name. I'm going to call it random image. And then let's get the endpoint and the resource that we need to hit. So according to the documentation on Unsplash, this is the actual endpoint here. So I'm going to copy that. And let's put that in here. We can remove that little slash. And then the resource that we want to hit is this one right here, the photos photos random. So let's copy that and let's paste that in here. And let's make sure we don't have double slashes there. Okay, excellent. Now, the other thing is that, like I mentioned, you do need an API key. And there are two ways you can add that. You can either set the header, and in the header you can set the authorization and give it there, or you can send it as a parameter. And so let's just send it as a parameter, as we already kind of know how to do that. So let's head back to Noodle here. Let's go into the script and edit. And so we're going to have an input here. We're going to call it app ID maybe, and string. And then on the request, we need to set on the parameters dot, and let's go head back. And it's called client underscore ID. So let me just copy that. So client ID, and that's going to equal this dot inputs dot app ID. Like so. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to print out the response, similar to what we did when we added the weather API to get the color for this to do here. So I'm going to do console log response, like so. All right, and then I actually need to add in that API key. So I'm going to cut that out and I'll see you back here once I've added that. All right, so now I've added my app ID here, and I'm going to connect this group here, the did mount signal to the fetch signal, and let's reload this app. And now let's have a look at the web debugger. And so now we have two objects. This first one, this is from the weather API. And the second one, this is the random photo. And so I need to get a URL that I can add as the source for my image. And if I look here, so we get response.content, and then in the .urls, I have a few I can pick here. I'm going to use the regular one here. So I need to go response.content.urls.regular. So let's go back in here. Let's add an output. It's going to be my random image URL. That's going to be a string. And then down here, let's set this .outputs .random image URL. Did I spell that with capital? Yes. That equals response.content.urls.regular. All right. So now I should have an output here that is this, and I'm going to connect that to the source of my image. And if I reload now, we should get something here. And we do. All right, that's cool. It looks a little big, so let's do a little bit of fixing on the image here before we actually fix this issue with the task list not actually having a background, a white background. So let's look here. So actually, this sets the image to be the full width and height of what we get from that URL, but I'm going to put some constraints on that. So I'm going to say it's going to be 100% width and height, and it's not going to contain. Instead, I want it to cover. So that looks okay to me. We could test fill as well. I think that looks weird, so I think cover is much better. So we'll use that, and then if we go into, now we want to actually fix the background of this task list. And so let's go into the start screen here, and here is the card with shadow, and that is where the task list is. So if we give this a white background, let's see here, a white background, there we go. So that looks pretty okay. Let's see here, let's move me out of the way a little bit. Yeah, cool. So now we have a nice little image here. Let's make it a bit more dynamic because, you know, right now we just get a new image when we actually reload. But what if we got a new image anytime we change the day here, for instance? So let's see how we can do that. Oops. Let me move. Let's drag this up. Let's move this. Let's get rid of this part. And so let's get a new image every time we change days here. So let's see if we can't figure that out. So if we go to the start screen here, again, we have the date picker component here. And well, let's see here, it has it's this component. And let's see if it sets like some variable that we can use potentially. So here's a variable, the selected day, and let's see, let's copy that. Let's put that out here, and then let's see if we can use the changed signal here to do a fetch on this. So anytime the selected day changes, then we should fetch a new image. So let's see if that actually works. So let's click Monday here. And we got a new image. And if we go over here to Thursday, we got a new image, Friday. And there we go. All right, so that was another quick customization of the To-Do app. Hope you enjoyed. Happy noodling.